Hi folks, sorry, a bit early in the morning. For the last few mornings I noticed that the tiny pond appeared to have a leak. So I kept filling it up and keeping an eye on it, but the other morning I came out and 2/3 of it was empty. So rather than try and mess around with fiberglass repair, etc., I filled it in with soil and moved the bird bath on top of it where the pond was, and I've just used materials that we have. I've taken up some ferns, and I think that over there is a tiny cutting of native violet or some such, but I actually think it looks quite nice under the weeping, I think it's a weeping cherry. And of course when all these other trees grow, all the leaves will start to come out and it gets quite shaded under here. Now, as I said, my main problem with planting is Swampy, our resident swamp wallaby. And the only thing that I have seen that it doesn't like are lavender and foxgloves, which I'm quite happy about, but it makes replanting things very tricky. So I've just used what I could around the place. Now this area was where the terracotta bird feeder was, but again, Swampy's the culprit. He knocked it over and smashed it. So I used the pedestal to set this urn on top, which I think looks alright in the scheme of things. The original owner here was mad keen on bonsai, and I think that she did the pond as part of her Japanese landscape. I personally don't like the Japanese bonsai tradition, but everyone each to their own taste. So what I've done here, I've brought up a lot of the native strappy plants. I think they're Dianella, but I'm not sure until they flower, but I know they're a native, Australian native that is. And over here I planted a lot of the lilies, for want of a better term, and of course the birds of Swampy have eaten them all up as they grow. They are valiantly trying to recover, and they may do one day, but in the meantime I've put in some agapanthus, which I've tried a few times to put things in this area, but the birds have always managed to pull them up. And there's agapanthus, another agapantha, and these are the native plants. This is a little hydrangea I planted a year ago and I thought it was gone, again eaten, but they're coming back. Another agapanthus. I mean, agapanthus as tough as boots here. And another little hydrangea I thought had been eaten and lost. And another agapanthus. As I said, this was all scaped for a Japanese theme, but if all these little plantings come up, another agapanthus, I'm not sure how this presents, but I'm quite happy with the result, and if I can get a few things to grow, that will be a plus. And as you say, I've got the flowering cherries at the moment, and when these trees all put on their spring-summer garb, this is a nice area, but it tends to be shady, so I had to be very selective in what I put round. And there's no point in putting pansies or any of those other things young, as the between Swampy and the birds, they won't survive. So this was today's unexpected makeover.